Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Make some noise if you're here. Thank you to everyone who's going to be tapped in. As y'all know, I'm very fired up. Last year, I just insane stream of consciousness rants right when the bracket came out. Just this time of year just does something to me. Maybe I'm not as healthy, not sleeping as much. I just get so fired up. Pits are sweating. I've been biting my shirt, just doing weird shit. Anyways, I'm so locked in. I already have the whole bracket memorized. Make some noise in the comments. If you're here, ESPN Tournament Challenge goes live at 7 Eastern. I'm going to fill out my bracket, sharing it. For now, would love to just chit-chat a little bit with y'all in the chat. So please say what's up. Who's here? Is my thing on? Are y'all being quiet or is my thing on delay? What up, Sal? Merry Selection Day. It's called Selection Sunday. Get it right. But thank you. You too. I agree, Gus. I agree. Let's go, Twins fan. We're locked and loaded. Who notices the new webcam? I got a new webcam. I'm still working on the lighting a little bit. What's my first thought? I'm really mad about Houston Gonzaga. Because one, Houston's been damn near untouchable. Like they lost one game in regulation to Auburn, and that was in November. They lost 3 games in overtime. They've won a zillion in a row, and you give them the best 8 seed like we've ever seen in the tournament. Bullshit. Total garbage. Houston got screwed. Gonzaga got screwed, but I think it's more Houston that got screwed. Even if they win, right? They'll still be favored in that game, but ridiculous. Louisville got screwed. West Virginia deserved to get in probably, but they haven't been that good for a while, so I can't fully knock it. Yeah, man. Most wonderful time of the year for sure. Michigan's got screwed. Michigan winning today they don't change anything. They love moving the goalposts. They're lazy. They weren't going to mess everything up and all the sites and everything. The chain reaction of moving Michigan up to a 4. I agree. What up, G-Wagon? Yeah, not great for Michigan. Those of you, I assume if you are here, it's because you follow me on Twitter. So I definitely shared some of my initial thoughts right when the bracket came out, starting with, I thought this was really funny. Let's fucking go. Anyways, Louisville's an 8. Louisville went what? And now with 8, you don't play Auburn in the second round if you win. Team went 27-7. They lost twice since Christmas. That's exactly what I said. Riley, look at this. Shout out the banger. What's better than a banger tweet? But, you're basically saying the ACC is awful by giving Louisville an 8, and then you put in a team that went 13-7 in the league and lost every quad 1 non-con game they got. It's a joke. It's a joke. The one silver lining is poor Jalen Withers, who didn't take who took the 3 against Bama when he wasn't supposed to, turned into a lights-out 3-point shooter, had a great season, really bounced back from that. The lane violation, which, by the way, if Van Allen Lubin made his first free throw, it's like when George Hill missed the free throw and then everyone's like, JR didn't know the score. I'm not excusing it, but, a lot happened to put him into that position. Anyways, I'm happy for him, but it's a joke. Carolina's in it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ian. Indiana got screwed. I wonder if y'all are going to accept your crown or whatever, crown NIT bid, or if you have too much pride as a blue blood. But seriously, okay, on my end, it's saying 34 people. That's pretty dope. So thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. If you want to share to anybody else, and they're declining it. All right, we'll get there, High Point Entertainment. We will get there if Carolina's going to win 3 games. Pump the brakes. Yeah, let's just share the bracket. I can't fill it out yet, but okay. Can you all see this? Let me make it bigger. How do I? Can I make this bigger? I don't know. Sorry, guys. I'm old. Should I shrink myself? No. Discard changes. All right. Let me just. Can you guys see this? Am I going to make this in No, I'm not. Because last year I thought I was the man because I was coming in hot when the tournament happened. And I go, oh, I'm putting 6 units on New Mexico. And they got worked. I'm gonna take my time and analyze the matchups. If I miss some voice crack, I don't know why I still have those. I'm 25 years old. Anyways, last year I sporadically was like, I'm taking BYU against Duquesne. Didn't look into that enough. I hadn't really watched Duquesne enough in the Atlantic 10 tournament. Anyways, I was too sporadic last year, so this year we're gonna chill. I'm red hot. Spreadsheet doesn't lie, and I'm gonna pick my favorite 5-6 games. A couple that jump out. I think Gonzaga is going to beat Georgia by double digits. Another one that jumps out, I think Clemson will cover against McNeese. I like Drake against Mizzou. I think is a great matchup for them. Drake's defense has just been insane in their guard play. I think they're the type of team where, Mizzou can't get to the 80 that they want to drop on you. What else jumps out to me right off the bat? Really unhappy about Maryland having to play Grand Canyon because there's not many. Grand Canyon has high major players, and Maryland is one of my favorite teams in the country this year. So I feel like that they got screwed. But let me see if I can. You're saying I can do tournament challenge right now? No, I have to. Ooh. Oh, we're live. Thank you. Good call. Share this tab instead. Oh, yeah. We're tapped in. All right. Let's do this together. First half of the South region. Someone tell me. Oh, it's 5.5. I'm scared to look at these opening lines. I can't. I got to pull them up. So somebody tell me something that jumps out about this top half of the bracket. Ole Miss is a pretty weak 6. This is just a little deja vu of Yale being a 13, the exact same spot against an SEC team. But A&M's so hard to play against. Louisville Creighton's really interesting. 3-point rate. Hey, Camden, how's it going, man? St. John's got screwed? I don't know. I got to stay on task. So, Auburn will play Louisville or Creighton. Let me try to think through this matchup. Louisville, if they don't have Rain Smith, they're just not as scary to me. They've been playing unreal defense, and credit to Pat Kelsey, but you're missing 3 of your top 6 players from when the season started. And I know I need to change my perspective. They've been a team without, Corin Johnson and Keyshawn Pryor from the season, but Rain Smith was their best shooter. There were games where he was hitting 6-7 threes. You just need Edwards and Chucky have to be excellent every game for them to win. My gut with this one is crazy. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do my gut reaction bracket, and then we'll talk about different lines and whatever, and then I'll change it. Does that sound good with you guys? Perfect. Michigan, UC San Diego. I had a tweet about Michigan's that team that's gonna win the Big Ten tournament and then lose in the first round. But I'm kind of anti UC San Diego. Their big man is this dude from Austria who is 6'8" and unathletic, and he has to deal with Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden. Unless Michigan is just a nightmare with the turnovers. What's it? Norden Kapich. Let me screen share so you guys can see this guy. Share this tab. He's fine, but he's 6'8" and a little slow-footed. They really want to turn you over a lot. I don't buy it. Michigan will beat them unless, like I said, unless Vlad and the guards are, what up, Colby? How's it going? Thanks for being here. All right, if Rain's there, I'm definitely high on Louisville. This is my gut reaction. But for now, I'm picking Creighton. But if we have Rain, I definitely think I can find my way to Louisville. Who is pissed off, by the way, about getting this screw job? Pat Kelsey's your motivator. Charleston Alabama worked them last year, and then the year before, San Diego State San Diego State, they made the championship game, right? Charleston was right there. They could have won that game. I was on San Diego State, and I low-key felt it was the wrong side. Anyways, there's certain matchups where Michigan's bigs, it's just what are you going to do? This is one of them. UC San Diego had to put on a forcing turnovers masterclass and knock down a bunch of threes. No, not buying it. A&M Yale, with these damn Ivy League teams, it always gets a little bit funky. And Texas A&M is already funky themselves. Let me check Yale's rebounding numbers. Is it okay if I do that with you guys? Oh, yeah, I'm so dumb. I'm sharing the wrong tab. This is where I need activity from the chat. Things like that can't happen. Selection Sunday. Anyways. Bro, come on. I have to make it so it shares whichever tab I don't have to keep switching this. Sorry, guys. You got to be sharper out here. But Yale's rebounding. Let's take a look. They're a very good defensive rebounding team. Obviously, it's easier to rebound when you're playing Ivy League dudes versus crazed Texas A&M board crashers. But I don't know, man. A&M in a tournament setting is just one of the most difficult teams to play. Don't forget that they took Houston to overtime last year and ran away from Nebraska. We'll check in on that line. Like I said, we're going to circle back looking at lines and everything later. But for now, we're going to pick A&M. And I'm going to pick Ole Miss just because I don't know who we're going to see yet. I don't want to waste time about a hypothetical matchup. Yeah, dude, Buzz on short prep. Buzz on short prep is just a problem. Their depth, their craziness. Wade Taylor, you say what you want about Wade Taylor, like that's a dude that I want on my. I did the thing again with the tabs. I'm serious. Y'all got to step up if I do that again. Thank you. All right, you know what? I don't even hate it. I like Clemson. But my issue with the guys making the predictions on the show is they're just willy-nilly saying stuff. It's equivalent to the discussion you get at the urinal with the dude at your office who doesn't watch college basketball. Yo, I've got McNeese as my sleeper. All right, bro. Nice. I'm sorry. That's what it kind of feels like from them. We're not getting that much. I understand it's a tough position because you're going rapid fire, you're announcing the bracket, but it's like I'm just personally not a fan of the way they do it. I'm also not the target market because I am a psychopath. Sicko. I live this shit. So, anyways, that sucks. It sucks. He's so good. He's one of my favorite players. His finishing around the basket is so good. What? Why can't I share it correctly? I'm a fucking boomer. Oh, I can share the whole window. Here we go. We're in business. Okay. Since February, Iowa State, why is this taking so long? Is my internet screwing me? Are you guys here? Yeah, you did pick every 12 seed. My internet better not be going out. Maybe this is not working. Anyways, Iowa State's been playing really well. I love this team. I'm already putting them here. Marquette, New Mexico is super interesting because it's super fast-paced teams. At least offensively, that's how they want to play. I think Marquette can throw bigger bodies at Donovan Dent, turn him over. Like, he's not seeing guys like – I mean, I get Mountain West is a good league, but guys like Chase Ross, Stevie Mitchell can harass him, make his life difficult. This is really interesting to me. This is super interesting to me. Tell me in the chat if anyone else is thinking what I'm thinking here. Is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking here? Is anyone else thinking what I'm thinking here about Marquette? Because Marquette is a team that I've been critical of. I'm not the biggest David Joplin fan, bouncing the ball up to his shoulders, one-handed passes all over the place. Not playing their best ball. Dropped from 12th in KenPom to 27th in the past month. But Marquette is the type of team that stylistically they're different from what a lot of the teams you're seeing in the Big Ten. And I know Shaka in the tournament since the VC run has not been at his best. But I really think, I agree, Ray. Marquette is so matchup dependent. I think in this matchup, Marquette defensively can make Michigan State earn everything offensively. What is my favorite Marquette stat? Every year, what is it? Fast-paced offense, and their defensive possessions are long. They're shooting quickly on offense, and then defensively they're back in transition, and they're not letting you score, and they're turning you over, right? Michigan State, I watched them play at Iowa the other day, and I had the first half over. Iowa threw a zone at Michigan State. Iowa is not good. Iowa's not good at all, especially defensively. And Iowa's zone had Michigan State in a blender. And Jace Richardson is really good. I love him. How can you not love Jace Richardson? But thank you, Will Rywalt. Shout out Will Rywalt for being here. Michigan State has sketchy offensive possessions. Way too many sketchy offensive possessions for a team that's supposed to be so great. Iowa is 173rd best defensive team in the country. They're missing their starting big man, Owen Freeman. Their season's cooked. And why am I on Nebraska? I clicked Michigan State. Where's Michigan State? Thank you. I get it. I'm not trying to take away from all of these wins for Michigan State, but there's just too many offensive possessions where it's sketchy. And I think Marquette is an awesome matchup for them because they can make them earn everything offensively. Throw a bigger, older body at a freshman, Jace Richardson. I'm getting fired up because I'm thinking of this right now. This is stream of consciousness. We're putting Marquette in my Sweet 16 over Michigan State. I love it. Everyone wants hot teams. Everyone goes to tournament challenge and clicks the little, ooh, oh shit, no. Okay. Everyone clicks, oh, what? Marquette in their last 10 games is whatever. Oh, I don't have ESPN Plus, whatever. Anyways, everyone loves looking at the last 10 games. Marquette's not playing well. They're not playing well. I don't care. It's a great matchup for them. They've got Cam Jones. Yes, sir, Connor. They got Cam bleeping Jones. 7th best player in the country. That's disrespectful. He's so much better than the 7th best player in the country. I love taking a team that's squeaking into the tournament a little bit. Clemson lost by 20 to Boston College in the ACC tournament, went to the Elite Eight. Could have made the Final Four, wasn't for Mark Sears here. Remember that Iowa State team 2 years ago? Nope, 3 years ago? 3 in a row. This team sucks, right? Oh, they can't score. All of a sudden, boom, Sweet 16. Cam Jones is built for March. Michigan State does have some Wake Forest-looking possessions, I agree. I'm so fired up. This is going to be one of my favorite bets of the tournament. I'm calling it right now. And Marquette, Iowa State becomes very interesting. Why? Because those who were paying attention saw me navigate from Marquette to – oh, I'm in the wrong year. That's why. They played in Hilton. Marquette played pretty well. Let's not forget who Marquette was in non-conference play. They were hooping, man. They were hooping. They lost at Dayton and Iowa State. Dayton was really good then. They were right there with Iowa State until the end. And they don't have Keyshawn Gilbert. This is my gut reaction bracket. Sue me. I'm just following where my brain's going. Michigan A&M. Michigan's guards I don't trust. They played great this week. They haven't seen anything like A&M. Give me A&M to harass them. Kalkbrenner versus Janai Brew. I'm trying to imagine what that would look like. Janai is so thick. So much comes off him. I think Auburn's it's not like the Big East doesn't have good defenders to throw at Stephen Ashworth. Obviously, Stephen Ashworth has seen. He's 30 years old. At least come on, Ken Paul. Stephen Ashworth has seen so many athletic defenders in his life, and he's still played a lot of really good basketball. I just think it's going to be too much. I mean, the lost 82-66 to St. John's. A&M brings a similar level of defensive pressure. All right, Ian. That's so disrespectful. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Ian? Ryan Kalkbrenner doesn't get into foul trouble. He got 4 fouls like 5 times this year. I don't know if he's ever fouled out in his career. The man doesn't foul. Fouls called per 40 minutes, 4th best in the Big East. He ain't getting in foul trouble. And if he does, maybe I'll be wrong. This could be Louisville. I got to think about that one. All right, here we are. What happened? Why is this my bracket? Why do I have a 4 and a 7? I know Terrace Reed bullied Kalkbrenner. So did N'Faly Dante in the tournament last year. Creighton got kind of bailed out beating Oregon in this game in double overtime because everyone on Creighton got hurt. N'Faly Dante, he didn't have an answer for him. This was nuts. Cuisinart was sick in the tournament last year. Who remembers that? Anyways. Yeah, I know, but yeah, you're right. Maybe he does. I'm sorry. But he's so good at not fouling, and he has 4 days to think about, or, 2 days from when they win. I think it's going to be tough. It could be a blowout. They'll be favored by 10 points. I'm guessing. Anyways, I had a future on A&M to win the SEC tournament, and I know they lost to Texas, but it's because I like their chances at Auburn. I love the way they play Auburn. Buzz has Bruce Pearl's number, and now we get the Buzz Bowl in the Elite 8. His old school. And then Texas A&M wins. I hate Texas A&M. Why do I have them in my Final Four? I hate watching them play basketball, except when I bet on them. Then it's fun. All right, this is my first region. What do you guys think? Let's have some fun. All right, let's go to the East. Let's go out East. Duke, duh. Gross. I tweeted the other day, Mississippi State's going to lose in an 8-9 game. Aren't they? They probably will. But, Baylor has not been playing well at all. But you know what's interesting about Mississippi State? Mississippi State plays a kind of gross style of basketball in the way that Texas A&M does, with just like post-ups with these athletic 6'8" foremen, Wade Taylor and Josh Hubbard taking tough shots off the bounce. But you know what the thing about Baylor is, why this is a good matchup, is Baylor's not that big. And, Mississippi State, if Norchad, of course, it's always will Norchad stay in the tournament. Whoa, they dropped 98 against Nebraska last year in the tournament. Thank you, Camden. Jeremy Roach versus Duke. LOL. If Jeremy Roach ever gets in the game, he stinks. But that's funny. I didn't even think of that. Great call out. I'm going to go Baylor, actually. I think you get VJ Edgecombe and you get these experienced guards in the tournament, and you get a matchup where, you know, Celestine and O'Meara as your 4 and 5. That's hilarious. I'm sorry. I have to stop. They're tired of hosting it for a third year in a row because no one wants to go to the Jewel to watch them play again after you have a senior day moment sending everyone off. That's hilarious. It's kind of sad, but that's hilarious. Whatever. I don't want to talk about Wake right now. Thank you, Luke, though. Yeah, I think VJ could be the third pick. That's kind of where I put him. I think he'd be a third pick. I'd still take Harper over him. But this is a good matchup for Baylor. I'm pretty anti-Baylor, but I like this. Ooh, Colby. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I love that pick. I love that call too. BYU is another red hot team that people are going to want to ride. But VCU has been under the radar. Max Shulga is so good. Bamasili, I forget if I say his name right, but VCU is playing at a very high level. This is a very dangerous 11 seed. Like, they don't have a single bad loss the entire year. You know, beating Colorado State on neutral looks awesome now. You know, you lost to an old Nevada team at the beginning of the season. You lost in overtime to Seton Hall when Seton Hall, who was it? Chauncey Jenkins went crazy that game. Anyways, you lose a couple road games. You lose to Dayton in a revenge game at home. Whatever. VCU's hooping right now. They really defend. They can shoot the 3-ball better than this suggests. They crash offensive glass. Shulga's nice. Shulga's from Ukraine also, if I'm not mistaken, which is wild. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's playing. I think he could be an NBA player. I think he's fantastic. So I'm rocking with this. I think they can make life difficult for BYU. We might have to circle back to this. This isn't something I'm really looking to bet, but for my bracket right now, let's do this. Okay, thoughts on Arizona. If Houston wasn't Houston, they probably win the Big 12 tournament. You're right. My thoughts on Arizona is their 1 through 9 is so talented. Caleb Love, when he's playing well, everything's about Caleb Love. Everything's about Caleb Love. I talk about him so much because, you know, when he's getting downhill and he's getting fouled, he's on transition, he's hitting threes. It's like, this dude is really good. But then he says, I'm Leroy Jenkins, and starts hucking, and then it just gets a little gross. But they've been playing really well. They're obviously way better than this record, hence their Ken Pom ranking. Arizona's really good, but I think Akron's a very interesting matchup because Akron can really run and gun and shoot a lot of threes. And I'm having flashbacks to them playing Buffalo. I think Arizona could. Remember, Arizona already played Duke. They've seen them before. Caleb Love against Duke, anything can happen. Just saying. So this is very interesting up here. I'm not going to lie. I have not watched Liberty. I need to tap into Liberty. If anyone has something to say about Liberty, let me know. I've watched Akron. I've watched Montana. I've not watched Liberty. So I need to tap in. If anyone has anything to say, please let me know. Also, I have 48 people in here right now. That is so awesome. Shout out to y'all. That's special. Yeah, I know. But guess what? Buffalo was small, and Arizona had DeAndre Ayton, and he couldn't do shit. And I know that's Nate Oates. But guess who the coach of Akron is? Who knows the coach of Akron? Who knows the coach of Akron? Who's paying attention? Guess what Akron's coach did? Made some noise with Ohio in the tournament. Made a Sweet 16. Beat Georgetown 97-83. Good job, Yoshi. Yoshi, you were my 4,000 follower. I remember that because your name's Yoshi. Look at all these people tapped in. What's better than an active chat? You guys are the best. Yeah, you're right. The Big Sky teams do get blown out. Shout out Money Williams, though. Montana's fun. They're playing really well right now. I'm jumping all over the place. I got to get better at balancing, following the chat, and doing what I want to do. So, anyways, Montana's been hooping lately. And they got Money Williams. What y'all know about Money Williams? Hooper. Bucket getter. He gave Tennessee buckets. How many did he give Tennessee? They got clapped by Tennessee, but he gave them 30. Gave Utah State 25. You never know. We'll look at the number. We're going to get into the opening spreads after I do this. Damn, Bluff City. It's a scam. Yeah, you get it. It's a scam. It's a scam. Poor West Virginia. If Tucker DeVries was healthy this year, they would have been really good. Really good. Okay, back to this. Baylor has no chance against Duke. Duke will win that game by 25. I would gamble on Duke to win that, to cover a 15-point spread in that game. I'm not going to pick Akron, but I'm eyeing it. Akron is very different from who they were last year, but they don't have Enrique Freeman, who was drafted. When they gave Creighton, they were down 5 at halftime to Creighton. Obviously, Creighton and Arizona are very different style teams, but they've been here before. The coaches won in March before, and Arizona can be vulnerable when Tommy Lloyd's been vulnerable in the tournament. I tell no lies. This 2 Pac-12 teams playing in the second round is crazy. Like, what happened to the game I love? You know? Yeah, Oregon and Rutgers' conference. Are you kidding me, man? Anyways, Oregon. I don't know. We'll come back to that. I've gotten cheeky with 14s against Wisconsin before. I had Colgate against them. That was 2022, if I'm not mistaken. I'm such a robot with this shit. Yeah, 67-60. I'm pretty sure it was close at half. That could be a Montana first half play. Low-key, no, I love John Tonje. Wisconsin's not really Wisconsin anymore. Like, they're different. I don't think VCU can guard them. I think Wisconsin's super underrated. Wisconsin BYU would be very fun. They're two similar teams moving that rock. I just think Wisconsin has just not gotten the love they deserve this year because they're Wisconsin. Because you look at Steven Crowell and Carter Gilmore, you're like, who are these white guys? It's so Wisconsin. But it's like, John Tonje is so good, and Blackwell is so good, and these guys can all hit shots. They play really well together, and they're up-tempo. They're not the same Wisconsin team. So I think they'd beat BYU too. Sometimes, right, it's like from a bracket strategy standpoint, obviously I want to have a little bit of fun. This is separate from betting strategy, but like if I know I'm going to have BYU Wisconsin, let's have some fun and pick VCU if I think VCU's got a good chance, you know? This one's crazy. That's a good point. I didn't know that was an altitude. I gotta have my sites. I gotta know where these sites are. That's a good point. I'm not tapped into the sites right now. That does change things. Ray, you've been killing the chat, by the way, my man. Gold star for you. St. Mary's Vanderbilt is very interesting. Very interesting because Vandy has, Vandy, fought through the SEC gauntlet and got to 8 wins, which is really impressive. Just got scrappy at home and was able to hold on for some wins. At A&M's crazy. The last 2 minutes of that game took like 40 minutes. But St. Mary's, it's hard to imagine they don't just destroy them on the glass. Like, I love Vandy. They're fun. But it's tough because remember last year, St. Mary's, they played Grand Canyon, and Grand Canyon is just so athletic. And you're like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Especially Aiden Mahaney fell off the face of the earth. How many offensive rebounds? They got 14. But the rebounding thing with St. Mary's it's just that's where Vanderbilt's weak point is. It's just my heart wants Vanderbilt, but like my wallet is telling me to pick St. Mary's because St. Mary's is probably going to be laying like 4.5 there. I don't know. I got to check, but I like St. Mary's. St. Mary's, Alabama. For those of you, maybe, Dean. Maybe I'll get flipped. For those of you paying attention, this would have been a matchup last year if St. Mary's didn't, for real. Like, I mean, they're so gross sometimes, dude. Like, Morauskas, played one of the worst basketball games I've ever – Ken Palm has it for. He played one of the worst basketball games I've ever seen. You lost to a team who went 1 of 15 from deep. Like, the offense is so booty cheek sometimes. It's so gross. It's so gross. Free Mikey Lewis. This dude can actually score. They don't play him enough. St. Mary's is so dusty, bro. They're so dusty, which is why I can't get them to be Alabama. I thought about it last year. Dude, I just think Alabama's like we're gonna get this matchup. I'm pretty confident we're gonna get Duke Bama. You know what? I had so much fun over here. I'm allowed to be chalky over here. Sorry, the SEC is the best conference. Here we are. Duke Alabama will be a crazy good game. We'll see how Flag looks early. We saw the ankle turn. He's gonna be fine. He doesn't need to play here. Shit, I don't even think he needs to play here, but he can. But I would like to come back to Oregon, Arizona. I'd like to come back to BYU, VCU, and I would like to come back to Duke, Bama. But generally, I feel good about this. I just think Alabama, Duke really hasn't played many good teams this year. I think that's the number one thing working against them. Cooper Flag is so good. Breaking news. But Knipple really stepped up. If Malik Brown's another thing in it. But I don't know. Alabama's the type of team that just their offensive identity is so strong. Like, put Cooper Flag on Grant Nelson, sure, but like, there's just so much to deal with. I just don't know if Duke has played a team that's that good offensively. You know, I mean, you play Kentucky early on the season, but like, dude, they played some. I mean, Illinois, I'm not putting in Alabama's league, in my opinion. I think it's a great match for Alabama. Here we go. This is what we got so far. Here's the top half. How we doing, everybody? 51 likes, 51 people in this is crazy. That's crazy. I'm having a great time. Hope you guys are too. This is water, by the way. Got some dry roasted peanuts. Unsalted. Moving on. Who's my sleeper pick? Marquette right now. That's a 7. We'll get there. I'll throw a double-digit seed in there. I'm not afraid to dance. Florida. It's too much sodium in the American diet. They taste fine to me. I make homemade peanut butter with them. A little raw honey. A little natural honey. Never hurt anybody. UConn. UConn beats Oklahoma. That's crazy. They're a 9 seed. Colorado State's been playing out of their mind lately. I did a little bit of an unethical query. Colorado State's been the second best team in the country the last 2 seasons. Would like to see Tyrese Hunter in here, but dude, I don't know. This seems like the type of game Memphis loses by 1. Colorado State's favored? No way. That's wild. Because Memphis's KenPom is low key. Well, there you go. I mean, I'm not that shocked. New Mexico had just won the Mountain West tournament and was favored against Clemson last year. We all know what happened. Thank you, Connor. You do always take pennies, dog. This is crazy. This screams to me double result. Colorado State up at half. Memphis comes back and wins in the second half. That's a sick game. Tourney lines are sharp, but it's like, you know, the favorite on KenPom. It's not anything different. Good snipe, Austin Wells. Are you the catcher for the Yankees? By the way, isn't that the catcher for the Yankees? I didn't realize how big time that was. I'm kidding, everyone. Okay. I hate this so much. Guys, Grand Canyon sometimes is a little bit McNeesy in the way that it's a little bit of AAU street ball. You know? Oh, I remember. Anyways, look at Grand Canyon's roster. You've got Ray Harrison, a 5-year guard, athletic, downhill, can shoot the 3. Duke Brennan, 6'10", super athletic big man, Power 5 player, started at Arizona State. Colin Moore, 5th-year player, linebacker, absolute clamps, athletic monster. Ty Grant Foster, crossover, bang, bang, bang. Kansas commit, of course, to start, overcomes some big health hurdles to come back and play basketball and play at a high level. He can be inefficient at times, but he gets to the free throw line. And guess what Grand Canyon does? Look at how many. This was my logic for Grand Canyon last year. Who remembers this? Grand Canyon was playing St. Mary's, and I was like, guess what? St. Mary's doesn't foul. Oh, wait, I lied. That wasn't what it was at all. But I would say St. Mary's is very thin. You know? In Maryland, everyone has been like, oh, they only have 5 players. And I've been like, I don't care. But guess when I do care? When the other team has Ty Grant Foster. This tournament's about players. Don't forget it. This tournament's about players. And Ty Grant Foster is a problem for Maryland to play. And as much as I love Maryland, and y'all knew that I hammered them to beat Illinois, right? Maryland, in the past, where is it? 47th best offense and number 1 defense over the past month. Okay? Offensively, you have Derek Queen, who's a top 10 pick, moving up. Sorry, I got to stop talking with the peanuts in my mouth. That's crazy work. Anyways, Maryland, I like it because their chemistry is so good, but you've got a face-up. You've got a face-up combo big man. You've got Julian Reese, Bully Ball. You've got Rice, Miguel, and Gillespie, who are all great off the bounce, tough shot makers. They got good chemistry. I love it. They can run in transition. They do everything. I love Maryland. I'm just saying Grand Canyon causes problems for them. Did I finish going through the roster? Oh, and who did I forget to say? Jacoby Coles. Jacoby Coles from TCU hit a buzzer beater in the tournament last year. Was it 2 years ago? 2 years ago. They lost to Utah State last year. Locke Werr, 6'9", athlete. This dude, Caleb Shaw, pisses me off. I don't think he's good at all. Look at him. He's such a bro. Look at him. I'm anti Caleb Shaw, but I can get pro Caleb Shaw for one game to cover a number. I will be looking at a Grand Canyon number if they're getting 11.5, because I just think they're going to be tougher for Maryland to guard because they're just – here's the thing. Maryland's a really good defensive team, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Look at this guy. Turns the ball over too much for me. He's shooting 40% from deep on the season, but – oh, look who it is. What's up, Nick? Nick, if you want to get in this, let me know. I'll send you the link. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Is that Drew? Like actual Drew? Let me know if that's you, Drew. Anyways, Grand Canyon, I think because they're gross and they play the kind of AAU style, like it's like Grant Foster's doing crossovers, I'm going to get to the line, but they just have so much talent and their offensive position is never really that pretty. I think they're going to cause a problem for Maryland, who's been playing elite defense, but they haven't seen a team like Grand Canyon who just preys on getting to the line and running in transition, who won a tournament game last year, who has probably a better roster this year. Just saying, I don't like it for Maryland. But Memphis, Colorado State, Maryland in the second round is crazy too. We're going to come back and look at that Grand Canyon. Look, I like Mizzou. I got in on them, but you got to love Drake. I think Drake gets all about tempo. Tempo. All right. Thank you for telling me. Drew's my friend I work with. I didn't mean to be – I don't know if that sounded sus when I did that, but he uses that. This is my favorite emoji. It's such a great emoji. It's so versatile. The fake Drew, for real. But you're welcome here, fake Drew. Anyways, Grand Canyon. No, we're not talking about Grand Canyon anymore. We're talking about Drake. Drake. Oh, nope. Tempo. Slow. If I'm not mistaken, the slowest team in the country. And who do you give them? Offensive-minded team that wants to play fast, shoot a bunch of threes. There's a chance that, like the last time Dennis Gates got Mizzou to the tournament, they do this against Utah State, Kobe Brown, Demoy Hodge, hitting shots, having fun. Or you lose by 15 to Princeton. And no disrespect to Princeton, great team, but just a fundamental basketball team steps in there and controls the tempo, hits some shots, and takes it to you. Give me Drake. They got a good matchup for Mark Mitchell. I forget what's my big man's name. What's my man's name? Someone let me know in the comments if you're faster than me. I think it's Cam. But Drake. You can rewind, Draper. Texas Tech. I don't know much about UNC Wilmington. I watched them play in the Colonial semis, but you know how I feel about Texas Tech. Chance McMillan and Darion Williams. Definitely going to need to see their status. Okay, you know what? This is a good question. Does slow normally beat fast? You see that I did the same thing with St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. It's not just it. That's not okay. Let me give you an example. I bet Nevada to beat Vanderbilt in this game. Okay, because I was like, Nevada's older, they're slower, and they're going to control tempo and keep Vanderbilt out of transition. But what was Nevada doing? Turning the ball over. And when they turned the ball over, Vanderbilt was running. Boom. Edwards. Tyler Tanner. Push the ball up the floor. One pass. Boom. Tyler Nickel catch and shoot. Get to the rim. Bounce back. McLaughlin. Layup. Right? Because they were turning the ball over, they didn't get to dictate the tempo. But when I see St. Mary's, I'm like, they're not going to turn the ball over there. So I think I'm more confident in them to turn it over. Unless I'm like, okay, I think Vanderbilt's guards can get into Marciulionis' shorts, make them turn it over. Vandy dictates the pace. So it's not that slow beats fast. It's who do I trust more to bet? Okay, got you. Who do I trust more to put their pace in the game? Example, today, for those of you who tailed my Florida pick, I said Tennessee wants to muck it up. right? They want to muck it up. They successfully mucked it up in Knoxville. Held Florida to 44, the only time Florida didn't score 70 this year. But I said, look, Florida is going to be able to contest at the rim with their bigs. And other than Chaz Lanier, who they have a good matchup for with Elijah Martin, I think Florida's going to be able to get stops. And if Florida's able to get stops, they're going to be able to run off those stops, thus dictating the tempo. I was correct about both those things. That's why Florida won and why Florida scored a lot of points. They won 86-77. So I hope that answers your question. It's not just that I'm like, I think the slow team's going to win. I think Drake will be able to effectively – they got to take care of the ball, right? Of course. And I think that's something I need to look into a little bit more because Drake has had some turnover problems, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they have not been great with the turnovers. But against a team like Vanderbilt, what'd they do? 20 turnovers. That's not encouraging. They still won by 11. We're going to have to look into this one a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to bet this, but for now, I'm going to pick Drake. Yeah, of course. But you see what I said? How I kind of backtracked? I'm like, well, they turned it over 20 times against Vanderbilt. So against Mizzou, who, look at this, 44th, second best team in the SEC, forcing turnovers, number one in steal percentage. Anthony Robinson up in your shorts, Bennett starts. That's when it starts to be, okay, Mizzou runs away with it. I'm going to have to look into this one. But that's my most equivalent matchup of them playing an SEC team, and they turned it over 20 times. Yes, they won by 11, but I don't like that. So I'm going to go with Mizzou for now. But I want Drake to win because they're fun. Cal versus Bill Self in the second round is crazy. Yeah, no, I hear you. That's the thing. I mean, Virginia, UMBC, right? Like, some teams aren't really built to come back. Kansas, Arkansas. Boogie Flan might be playing this game, which is crazy. I think Arkansas's bigs, I think Avicic and Trevon Brazil has been playing better. Jonas Adu, I think they can do a good enough job on Hunter Dickinson. I kind of like Arkansas here, with or without Boogie Fland. Give me Coach Cal. Kansas can go kick rocks. Can't believe you ruined Rylan Griffin. I loved me some Rylan Griffin. St. John's. All right. Dude, I don't want to, trust Cal in the tournament right now based on his recent history, but, I'm just saying Arkansas is a sneaky, sneaky team that could, go on a run in this tournament. Especially when you bring Boogie. Imagine Boogie Fland is coming in off the bench or something as a sixth man and he's cooking. I want to say this, Ray, but I don't know. This one could get funky. I'm a little scared. As someone holding my precious St. John's plus 1,100 Final Four ticket, I'm a little scared by this matchup if we're to get this. St. John's would beat Kansas by 40. So low-key, part of me wants Kansas to win so that I can bet St. John's to cover against Kansas. But yeah, fake Drew's a Kansas fan. Damn. Where's Pottinger's not here? Kansas does suck. Rywald gets it. So I think this is a sneaky one to keep an eye on for Arkansas to beat St. John's, but I'm not going to do it because who says they even get by Kansas? I think they will, but Texas Tech would crush Mizzou. No, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true at all, to be honest, but I just love Texas Tech. We'll circle back on this matchup. Cute, but no. It would be crazy. Dan Hurley would go, no shot, right? Florida's the best team in the country. Memphis, Maryland. I don't want to spend – see, this is the problem. I don't want to spend too much time on these matchups that I don't know if we're going to get. For now, I'm just going to take Maryland because I'm more sure that they get by than Memphis. But, dude, this could get a little fun. This could get crazy. I'm telling you right now, this could get crazy. This could get crazy. I'm a little nervous about Texas Tech's health. But how can I do the SEC? I got to get a non-SEC team in this region. I will. I'm not putting no Tennessee or Kentucky in. Texas Tech or St. John's. I'm gonna go. It's just hard for me. Florida St. John's is interesting. Florida St. John's would be very interesting. Florida St. John's would be very interesting. But I'm going to go Florida. I don't think anyone can beat Florida right now, to be honest. Okay. You know what pisses me off? This This is the thing that upsets me deeply. This upsets me deeply. Deeply. And I know I need to chill with the Gonzaga stuff, and I love Houston, but dude, Gonzaga. Oh, dude, Ryan Nembhard with the trapping Houston defense. Dude, I'm gonna talk myself because I can't bet. I mean, I'm not gonna bet on this game because I like these teams too much. I'm just saying this could so happen. So happen. They're gonna be like 5 or 6 point dogs in this game. This could so happen. Let me go to Haslametrics and get an estimation. Houston on a neutral against Gonzaga would be, guess what? 7 point spread, 6.5. Like to be only 6.5 point favorites when you're the third best team in the country, to be only be a 6.5 point favorite is crazy. I think it's a very scary matchup for Houston. I think it's a disservice that Houston is here. I'm going to pick Houston, but I might flip back to this because if Gonzaga gets by Houston, I'm going to have them in my damn Final Four. I know they couldn't, but in theory, Graham EK, no one can stop on the low block. Not a single person can. Caleb Battle is a dog. Nolan Hickman, we've seen step up. Gonzaga makes the Sweet 16 every year. I can't believe they got an 8 seed. I'm just still mad because of my Gonzaga futures. But, dude, I think this is a really bad matchup for Houston. Guess who Gonzaga is somewhat similar to? Texas Tech. I understand Texas Tech is a way better three-point shooting team, but in terms of the way you're playing, JT Toppin and Graham Ike, right? Nembhard to Christian Anderson / Elijah Hawkins. This is very interesting. I don't love this for Houston, and I might come back to this, but low-key, whoever wins this is making the Final Four in my eyes, which is crazy to say about a second-round matchup, but anyways, McNeese pissed me off, man. Will Wade coaches McNeese let's not forget, I was one of the idiots that picked McNeese to beat Gonzaga last year, who picked them apart. It's so much easier to punk and bully teams. You know, they're 18th in turnover percentage. So much easier to punk. And last year, they were elite three-point shooting team and taking care of the ball. They were elite at these two. Can you guys see this? They were elite at taking care of the ball and shooting threes last year. And what happened? Gonzaga laughed in their faces. Okay? And you don't have Shada Wells anymore. Shada Wells was a bucket. Shada Wells was a walking bucket. And guess who this year is Kadir Copeland, who's a glue guy on Syracuse. Okay. You say it's a better matchup than McNeese because you think that they can turn over Zachary and Chase Hunter, but I disagree. And I think it's going to be the same thing of Ian Shefflin and Victor Locken eating their lunch down low. Once again, they're going to be laying a touchdown. I think Clemson's going to work them, just like they work New Mexico, because that's what Clemson does to mid-major teams. They work them. I'm not falling for it. Purdue High Point's interesting. I need to look into High Point more. I only watched them once. If anyone wants to sell me on High Point down here, please do. But you got to give Braden Smith a game. They've lost so many times in these upsets, though, Matt Painter. I just don't think High Point's good enough defensively, and I just trust Braden Smith. That's funny. Clemson, Purdue. I don't know. Let's just move on. Dude, I'm just saying, why not? Here's my sleeper team. Xavier. Xavier can totally beat Illinois. Xavier can totally beat Illinois. In Kentucky, I don't know if they're healthy. I love Xavier. Ooh, it's 7.5. I would have liked a little bit of a number. Maybe that gets bet down. But I think Xavier could totally make a little Sweet 16 here. I love the matchups of Illinois and Kentucky, and absolutely, Ray, star student. As a Purdue fan, I'm preparing myself for the first round upset. Dude, I mean, oh shit, my computer might die. It wasn't plugged in. Okay, we're good. As a Purdue fan, I gotta look into High Point. I think Texas can also. Dude, of course, Texas can beat Xavier. Caden Shedrick's been playing out of his mind lately. I really like Texas. I had yes, that's what you mean. But yeah, something funky's happening here with the first 4 team, man. Always make some noise, right? It's clockwork. I think the winner of this game is going to make some noise. All right, Utah State, no. I haven't watched them in a minute. I watched them get worked by Colorado State, but Colorado State be working Boise. Rip Boise. It was a good run. But dude, this is really interesting. This is my second chaos region. This is really interesting. Okay. UCLA is never good. I mean, I don't know. Let me try to form my argument here. UCLA has been very up and down this year, but they are a really good defensive team. You know, when you play a team like Wisconsin, you know, sometimes they just score too many points. You play a team like Purdue, Illinois, you know, North Carolina, even New Mexico. I don't know about New Mexico, but man, I think UCLA is going to be able to get up in Utah. It's Mountain West is still a mid-major league, and we've seen them. Can I go deeper on UCLA, Utah State, please? Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Utah State is a team I've watched less than 5 times this year, and I have a bad taste in my mouth because the last time I watched them, they just got absolutely worked. But like they just didn't travel that well. I'm just not that impressed with the roster. Like Martinez and Falsev are solid. I just think UCLA sees guys like that all the time in the Big Ten, and like they're not wowing me. It's like Max Shulga moves me, you know. Like last year, Shahada Wells and McNeese moved me. Like it's about play. Like Tyron Grant Foster and Jacoby Wills, those guys move me. Drake like Bennett Sturts moves me. It's like who are your players, you know? And it's like Texas has a chance in this game because they have Trey Johnson and Trayvon Mark and Anthony Kluman. I know I'm just saying names, so I don't know if this is hitting as much as I want it to, but like I just think UCLA is playing a Mountain West team. I don't think UCLA is good. That good. Okay? UCLA and Marquette are two teams that I have in my Sweet 16 right now in my instant gut reaction bracket that I didn't think feel that good about. But this tournament's about matchups and coaching and players. Okay? And Tennessee is usually a safe bet to make, you know, the Sweet 16 and then lose. And I think Tennessee would destroy Xavier, and we just saw them destroy Texas. But UCLA is the type of team that can beat Tennessee with Kobe Johnson, first team All Big Ten, up in Chaz Lanier. And when you're up in Chaz Lanier, you're asking for Zakai Ziegler, who I've been a hater of, but played really well this week. You're asking for offense from Zakai Ziegler and Jordan Gainey, and those guys are Zakai can really get to the bucket, and when he's hitting threes, he's fantastic. But Jordan Gainey's got a little shake and bake to him, but he's not like an efficient scorer. And I think UCLA can get up in them. Chaos. It's March, baby. I'm predicting a little bit of chaos. Chalk over here. Chaos. I don't know what in the world's going on here. UCLA and my Elite Eight. What in the world, bro? I can't do this. Am I gonna have Clemson in my Final Four? What the hell is this bracket? What is happening? Somebody tell me what's happening. I have no idea why this is my bracket. No changes. This is my instant reaction bracket. This might not be the one I submit for pools. This is my instant reaction bracket. I have no clue why I did some of these things. Why is Clemson in my Final Four? Why is UCLA in my Elite Eight? If Houston gets by Gonzaga, you know what? Maybe I should just change this and put Houston there because I don't think anyone else is beating Houston in this bracket. Did you take Florida 61 when I did, Draper? Man, I would love to see Florida win it. Most overrated team in the tournament. I think Michigan's overrated. I think Auburn right now is overrated. I think Michigan State's overrated. Purdue is pretty weak for a 4 seed, in my opinion. I think Maryland's a fantastic 4 seed. I just wish they were somewhere else. If Maryland's here, they're in my Final Four. Or no, they're not. I would have Houston. This is fucking with me. All right, let me just calm it down a little bit. This is a little better. I feel a little bit better about this. Tennessee's not overrated. They're just not my cup of tea as much. Like same with Michigan State. That's insane. I mean, they were playing really well at the end of the season. But okay, a little bit of craziness. I've got Mick Cronin in my Elite Eight. I've got Chaka Smart in my Elite Eight. I've got 3 SEC teams on Final Four, and I got the best team cutting down the nets. No, Houston over Bama. Didn't wait, what happened when Houston did Bama win in overtime? Should I pivot? I don't know. But that's the thing. I have a tough time getting Houston my championship game when I think they're really going to be on the ropes in round 2. This is crazy. All right. That's my instant reaction bracket. Let's talk game lines. Can I get some final parting thoughts from the chat, though, about this, if anyone's still listening to me? I know I've been going for a while. I'm going to go over some game lines, and then I'll get you guys out of here. Yeah, Houston probably finds a way to survive against. I'm curious what the... That's a really good point. I think I saw a tweet about it last year when New Mexico was favored. And remember, John Morant, Murray State was favored over Marquette, I'm pretty sure. Middle Tennessee State against Minnesota as a 12 versus the 5. When did I put Kentucky out first round, brother? Lancaster? I'd probably, oh shit. What if I did that? Dude, Kentucky is just tough, man, because they beat the best teams and then they just don't show up sometimes like I want them to. I don't know. Xavier's won 2 in a row. Why can't they win another? I got to watch a little bit more UCLA before I actually do that. Anyways, let me go look at some of these opening lines. Auburn plays 16 Elite 8 in Atlanta. Those will be home games. Yeah, I mean, I'm just A&M's a team that's familiar with them. Wano. Dude, I said it. Arkansas could beat St. John's if Texas Tech's not full healthy. All right. Yeah, if Lamont Butler's there, I obviously feel better about Kentucky. All right, let's look at some of these opening round lines. DraftKings college basketball. Okay. Xavier, Texas, 1.5. All right, Gonzaga, I'm looking at laying 6.5 there against Georgia. Azanul, I think could be a tough matchup for them. I just don't really believe in Georgia's guards that much, and we've just seen Mark Q in the tournament so many times. He has 4 days of prep. They've been resting for a while. Give me the Zags. Do I think Memphis can make a run? Yeah, but they got a tough draw, bro. They got a tough draw. They got to play a red-hot Colorado State team, Maryland, who's filthy, or Grand Canyon, which they'd beat Grand Canyon, I think. They match up better than Maryland does, but then you have to play Florida? Like, no, I don't. That's well done. That's well done, Jake Sutton. That's well done. I should have gotten in there. It's only going to get worse, honestly. Maybe I should place this. I'm not logged in on the computer. I like this. There is a world where McNeese gets funky. I just think McNeese is really gross offensively, and last year they were much better at taking care of the ball and shooting the 3. And guess what? It's easier to punk and bully and be athletic against Southland teams than it is against Clemson, who has 23-year-old guards. Like I said, High Point is one of the teams I'm going to look into. UCLA, I love this for UCLA. I need to watch a little bit more Utah State tape, but Mick Cronin can turn the dial up. Defensive intensity, they'll find enough offense. I like UCLA there. The big spreads I kind of stay away from unless I'm like really, really high on. Wofford was a fun team this week, but big, thick boy who shoots the granny free throws is going to be in absolute jail. Creighton, Louisville. I want to look into this one a little bit more, but my gut reaction is Creighton. I just trust them a little bit more. Rain Smith being there opens up, their offense a little bit just more scary to keep up with Creighton. Chucky Hepburn's a good matchup for Stephen Ashworth. I might get back to Louisville. Drake Mizzou. So, okay, we're getting 6.5. What's the total? 32.5. That's crazy, bro. Drake Mizzou total at 132.5 is crazy because why? How many points a game does Mizzou score? This is the 5th best offense in the country. That is saying that they think Drake can really control this tempo. Like I said, it's all going to come down to the turnovers in that one. But I definitely lean on the over. That number feels really small. I don't know how effectively. Like against Vanderbilt, Vanderbilt still scored 70. That one's really interesting. Yale A&M. I know I put A&M in my Final Four, but I'm not laying points with them against Yale. I have no interest in doing that. So we'll have to revisit them in the Final Four, but that's not a game I'd be looking to bet. This is not a game I'd be looking to bet, although I think Texas Tech could probably score 90 on them. This is a game I would absolutely be looking to bet. Absolutely, I'd be looking to bet Arkansas there. St. John's by a million, 18.5 feels small, but I have not watched Omaha. Not here to lie. I love ECU. I don't know if I would bet them, but this line is very telling, and I think they're a great 11 seed to pick. They're probably the best value 11 seed. No thoughts. No thoughts. This feels kind of small, honestly, for Michigan State. I haven't watched Troy. If anyone has anything to say about Troy, let me hear you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Michigan, this line is way too small. I might pound Michigan. I don't buy the UC San Diego stuff. Maybe I'm a hater. Small school, new to D1, blah, blah, blah. I don't buy this at all. Exact score 88-65. You saw that. That'd be crazy. All right. I appreciate that, Tyler. I will definitely look into them. Did anyone else see the pop-up of was it just Houston played down the left Houston wasn't afraid. Oh, 100% agree. 100% agree. I love Houston so much. I just have a weird. I mean, you see the Zach Norvell jersey, but I mean, I love Gonzaga too. They're two of my favorite programs in the sport. I think Houston's region is I think this is the weakest region. Who was that? I think that was Wagon. You said this. The Midwest region is kind of stinky. It's kind of stinky. I think my top 3 teams to make the Final Four are Houston, Gonzaga, and Clemson. For real. Definitely eyeing Michigan here. Also, shout out to Jake again for nuking 4.5. I should have done it. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, they are hot. And do you see San Diego? Dude, the metrics love UC San Diego. I would love to screen share a UC San Diego clip. But, dude, UC San Diego against UC Irvine last year, I just wasn't that impressed. UC Irvine's big 7-footer, Leuchten. How's my German? Leuchten. So Leuchten was going, they did a good job on him, but you got Leuchten and you got Vlad Golden and Danny Wolf. Leuchten, Vlad Golden, and Danny Wolf. Leuchten, yeah. Oh, Draper, you were there, weren't you? You were at the game. I mean, I think there's levels to it. San Diego, the same way I don't like the way McNeese really hoops offensively. Like, dude, San Diego would have lost San Diego would have lost this game if it wasn't for the Hayden Gray heater. He shot 6 of 7 from deep, and they pulled away at the end. This was a close game throughout. Their big man didn't even play that well. This dude Miles Che is nice. He wasn't shooting well, but I'm a big fan of Miles Che. Draper, let me know what you think of that. I'm high on Miles Che. He's a hooper. Where's my boy? Hooper. Take note. Miles Che. All right, good. Yeah, dude, I think Danny Wolf picks some part. I am shocked by this line. This might end up being my biggest play, which doesn't feel great just because I haven't bet Michigan in months, but this is crazy misvalue. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, UC San Diego. Oh, we're the 36th best team in the country. We've won 15 in a row. I don't care. Okay, we're getting a little Troy. We're getting a little Troy. Troy slow. They have one guy who's Sunbelt player who can hoop. Connor Way, but if Butler clamps in there. Interesting. I'll check Troy. Sunbelt's not a bad league at all. I like the Sunbelt. They've lost. I mean, just being a box score watcher, but I mean, you scored 42 points against, but that's Houston. Good offensive rebounding team. They got brothers. We love brothers. I'm going to look into Troy. That one's interesting. Okay. What else? UConn, I would love to lay with UConn. As good as Jeremiah Fears is, I don't think he's beating UConn. I think UConn learned some lessons from the Big East tournament about these bad first halves. They found something in the second half of both games. If they can rebound and keep guys like Godwin off the offensive glass. Yes, that's a great point. Like, I don't think San Diego's going to be able to turn over. As much as I love Miles Che and these UC Irvine players, like, Trey Donaldson is a way better player. I don't buy with UC San Diego. I think I'm going to hammer Michigan. That might be my play of the tournament. I don't think I'm going to bet Baylor, but I definitely like this matchup for them. And I was kind of cold on them entering the tournament. This is way too many points. This is crazy. This just keeps going up. This is crazy. Yeah, UConn. Remember when UConn got screwed? Was it 2016? It was the year the Jalen Adams shot with Daniel Hamilton, Sean Miller. I'm on Troy. I thought I was on UConn. Hold up. 2016, it was Daniel Hamilton, Sean Miller, Rodney Purvis, Joe Nab, Sterling Gibbs, Amir Brima. And they're red hot. And they get stuck with the number 1 overall seed. Whatever. Louisville, UConn, Gonzaga. Hate it. Hate the Florida second round matchup for. Why am I on this tab? Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, UConn has no shot against Florida. Let's be real. 0 shot at Florida. I would lay 14 in that game. Marquette, New Mexico could be a really good game, but I really love the Marquette-Michigan State matchup. I think that's a perfect matchup for Marquette. Yeah, 0 shot for Florida. Is Hunter out? Tyrese Hunter? I don't know. He was in a boot today, which I don't love. Like I said, I have some Liberty learning to do. This feels like a lot. Maybe an Akron first half. This, like I said, I love me some Vanderbilt, and I don't want to turn that game on and watch St. Mary's stank it up, which is always a possibility, but I think Vanderbilt's going to win that game by – I think St. Mary's going to win that game by like 25. I think they're going to destroy Vanderbilt, unfortunately. 14.5 for what? I made that up. I don't think UConn Florida would be that big of a line, but, I mean, Florida is so much better than them. And then Bama, I took them last year to lay like 13.5 against Charleston. I watched Harvard Morris once, but I kind of like to stay away from the big spreads. Like last year, I remember I had UConn against Stetson and Bama against Charleston were like the 2 that I kind of had. But for Akron, yeah, dude, Akron can hoop. There's a chance that Arizona can lock them up. Like Arizona's guards are so athletic. Like if Akron can't get into the paint and kick out and let the pace and space happen, that Buffalo team that I compared them to just for being a 13 seed out of the MAC who wants to shoot a lot of threes had some really good athletes and just hoopers hitting crazy shots. I was really impressed with Akron yesterday and the other times I've watched them this season, but I don't know if I can get there. All right. The point of the stream was to give you guys my instant reaction to look at the opening lines. I feel like I accomplished that. I'm probably going to do another stream before this weekend's. For those of you who don't know, my full-time job is I work for Enjoy Basketball and just Kenny Beecham, Pierre Andreessen, Derek Miller, Mike Hurd. They have their podcast numbers on the board. I'm going to be on there as a little March Madness correspondent, so make sure y'all tap in, dropping Tuesday. And then the podcast that I produced, Teed Up with Pierre, brand new show. We just had Ty Jerome as a guest. We had Jalen Wells. I made that happen, by the way, from sliding in Jalen Wells' DMs because that's my boy, and I talked to him back at the end of the season last year. We've had Gordon Hayward. It's called Teed Up with Pierre Andreessen. You can find it in my Twitter bio. But we're getting Ryan Hammer on the show Tuesday. So Pierre's going to ask Ryan questions about a lot of the mid-majors and things. Pierre's tapped into college basketball, but he doesn't he follows the NBA more closely. But make sure y'all tap into that. It's going to be really fun. And then I'm going to come on with Pierre. I'm going to screen share. Pierre's going to go through his bracket, and then he's going to ask me questions, and I'm going to make some picks and try to sell him on some things. So please tap into that content. Appreciate you all for tuning in. There will be more on Twitter and YouTube. I'll post my official plays. Stay up to date with what I'm writing on Odds Checker. I'm going to be writing gleans for games that I'm not betting. This is the best time of the year. This whole bracket is already memorized. Anyone want to test me? I can't do that. Do you guys want to test me? I can actually probably say this whole bracket from memory. I'm not cheating. Can someone say yes? Oh, of course, Ryan. Of course. Rival, appreciate you tuning in. New to the program. Guys, I want to see if I can do this whole bracket from memory. This is like kind of how my like super ADHD brain works. Like I can hyperfixate on something and like get it. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm obviously not cheating. That would be weird to cheat. You don't know. I'm going to remove the screen share. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to go left to right. I'm not looking at, I don't have it up. Okay. Auburn. I don't know what 16 they're playing, but then the 8-9 is Louisville Creighton. The 5-12 is San Diego, Michigan. The 4-13 is Texas A&M, Yale. The 6-11 is Ole Miss against the winner of Carolina, San Diego State. The 3-14 is Iowa State against Lipscomb. The 7-10 is Marquette against New Mexico. And the 2-15 is Michigan State against I forget who the 15 Michigan State's playing is. I don't know, but that was still pretty good. I did the first region off the top. Can someone confirm that? I don't know who the 15 is. Is anyone helping me? Should I just stop doing this and end it? Bryant. Fuck. Okay. Do you guys believe me, or should I do another region, or should I just end it? Should I just quit on my head? Half the people left. If I get one person to say do another region, I'll do it. Yeah, for real. I didn't even drink coffee. I've never had Adderall, actually. Anyways, should I do another region, or should I end this? Someone say something. I'm going to end it. I'm actually hungry. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. This was a blast. Hope you guys enjoy the hoops as much as I do. Let's keep the hot streak moving. And yeah, peace.